Well, this is the CGTN's live streaming, and thank you for watching. And we are now in the Olympic venue, and as you know that the Winter Olympic 2022 Winter Olympic is only less than 2 months away, and we are now in one of the most symbolic venue of this competition, and this is the National Ski Jumping Center. It's in one of the 3 competition areas and in Zhangjiakou competition area. And what you are seeing now is one of the largest structure built for this 2022 Winter Olympics. This is the National Ski Jumping Center. It also has a nickname which is Snow Ruyi, which means that the shape of this structure resembles a S-shaped Asian Chinese scepter called Ruyi because it is covered in snow. So the nickname is Snow Ruyi. And today we are joined by our guest, Zhangjiakou, who is the facility manager of this venue. And together we will explore this venue and to show you what is being prepared for this competition in the coming 2 months.
Hi, Zhangjiakou. So tell us something about this place. It's a great pleasure to have you here. This is the National Ski Jumping Center. What you now see is this round brain, as we call it, and that is the jumping center. Also, you can see the main skiing track, and there are many steps, and the athletes, they will take a lottery draw. They will get a number. So basically, they will decide the turn according to which that they take the platform. And now you see the bombardier, and that is the assistant skiing track. When the skiers land here, they're actually landing here because it's like they are flying. And based on the skiing distance, they will each be given a score. So we're now at the finishing line area. During games day, we're going to put in place some safety measures, and that means that we're going to have a boundary wall. A little bit further, we're going to officially set up the finishing area. We will also have a interview area, and the best players, they will be interviewed by the media. So where is the finishing line? Can you repeat? So the finishing line is roughly 200 meters long, and it's also 400 meters wide. And this is equivalent to the diameter or to the distance of the 2 wings on both sides of the track. These are the spectator seats, right? Correct. And during games day, it will have a seating capacity of more than 6,000. So a lot of functions are gathered here, right? Including the award ceremony and also the mixed interview area. Yes, we're going to have a mixed interview area, and the best players, they will be interviewed here, and then they will enter the mixed interview area. So we see a snowmaker running here. What are they doing? Well, because at the finishing area, the snow thickness must reach certain standard. What they are doing currently is that they are going to push some of the snow to a higher position of the slope, and some of the bombardier, they are just pressing the snow to make it hard, and they are also pushing the snow to the slope. And when they have sufficient snow left on the ground, then they're gonna increase the hardness. Are we making ready? Are we making preparations for the test events? Yes, and between 3rd and 5th of December, there will be a test match, and everybody is making some final preparations for that event. So I believe there will be a lot of journalists here. Yes, you can see the bulletin board. the giant screen, and that will show the score and the performance of all the players, and also you see a lot of loudspeakers, and they will be ready before the games day. I see there are two skiing tracks here. So what are their differences? Well, it's just a difference of difficulty. You see the lower one, that is the standard jumping slope, and the one on the right, that is the giant jumping platform. So it's just a difference of difficulty. So during the test event, how many different items are we going to host? Well, depending on how many teams we have for the men's team and women's team, I believe that both tracks will be in use during the test event. Well, on the other side, I can see there are small houses, and what are they for? Well, these houses, they are for different functions, and you see this two-story building. That is the commentators' building, and during games time, all the commentators, they will be working here, and you can also tell that they have the best view. So this is the commentators building, and right below is the commentators seat, and right over there we have a smaller building, and that is the control room for audio and video. And further to the left, there are some facility centers for the audience, and they will have a shopping center there, simply for spectator service. So what is this one behind us? Well, you can see that this is actually a 5-story building, and the 3rd floor is basically office area, and the 5th floor is what we call a place reserved for the Olympic family. And during games time, we're going to have a lot of technical officials and technical delegates, and they will be working or observing the game from there. So how big is this area? Are we expecting spectators to stand up here? Some of them will not have any seats. No, this will not be the case, because most of them will be seated on their audience seats. And during games time, we're going to have a boundary wall, and so they will be fanned off to a designated place, and we are going to have closed loop management, which means that the audience, they will not have close distance interactions with the players. And also below the snow, we have a standard size of football field, and during summer's time, we can accommodate some summer games. Well, this is for sustainable use of this venue. Correct. So after this general introduction, can you give us more introduction as we take the slopes? No problem. We're going to take the cable car, and this is a cable on the ground. We have only 2 stops. And one of the stops is this 3-story building on our left, and that is the referees building. During games time, all the referees and also all the technical officials of the International Skiing Federation, they will be working from that tower. So that is the first stop. Our next stop is the starting area of the athletes, which is the big jumping platform. So I have a question: why you put the referees tower in the middle of the slope? Well, this is according to the standards of the IFs, because that is the best view, that is the best angle for all the referees. That is the place where they can have the best view about the movement of the skiers in the air, because they will have to score the different postures and movement of the players even in the air. So that is why it's set there. So that is a crucial position, I guess. So during games time, how many people will be commuting on this ground cable from the ground level to the referee tower and to the platform? There will be some flow of personnel, but because of COVID-19, we are minimizing the number of personnel commuting between these 2 places, in addition to some of the technical officials and some referees, and we will have some service staff. And this include janitors, restaurant service personnel, beverage providers. Apart from those several categories of people, others, they are not allowed to take the ground cable car. So will there be seats during games day? Well, this will hinge upon the weather conditions during the games time. And if it is too cold, it will be cold anyway, even when there is a seat. So this has not been decided, and we're making some final preparations. So now we're gonna arrive at this office area. Yes, this is the third floor actually, and you can see that all the windows, they are standing right on the floor, and this is simply to make it convenient for all the working staff to travel in and out of those office areas. So what kind of people are we going to accommodate here? Well, it depends on which function you're talking about. And we have venue management staff, we have technicians, we have sports service. As long as there is a need, and their service or administrative personnel can work here. Anything else that you can talk to us here? So basically, this is a working platform. It's a office area. So what you now see is that we are making some final preparations for the commuting route. During games time, each and every category of personnel, they will be given a card, and which will be color-coded, and they can only follow their own designated routes. So what's next? So now we're going to take the ground cable, simply for us to get elevated to the top. And this is mainly designed for the players, because all the players, they will get off a bus from a place nearby, and after getting off the bus, they will be transferred here, and then they will take the ground cable, and then they will be elevated to their starting place. Well, can we try the other lift? No problem. So this is still in the testing phase. It's not entirely open. Yes, we have to guarantee the success of the test events, so that is why we have been making a lot of adjustment to the cables. So here we can see this is the stadium station. So this is the ground floor. This is the first stop. All right, now we're gonna get in. So this is like a elevator along the cable. This one goes directly to the third floor, and during games time, this will be reserved for all the skiers or the players. So basically, after they make a landing on the ground, they can take the elevator here and go to the platform. Well, because they will have to wax their boots and facility.
Well, you can see that this is a really spectacular view. Well, we are in this lift and moving up, heading for the top of this venue. Great view. 这个景色很好啊。
Well, this is great view. Yes, it is. From here, you can have a bird view of the whole facility. So this is the referee's tower. And we also have timing and scoring, which will take place also in this tower. So we have a high pass here, and what is this for? So this is for the communication between domestic technical officials with those international technical officials, so they can quickly go inside the tower. What we call it is the C line, and they can quickly go to the judges' tower. So this is a very meticulous design. You are designing the routes for different categories of people. Yes, because this was considered in the very first place of designing this venue. This venue is designed specifically for the Olympic Winter Games, so we took into consideration all the different functions from the very beginning. This covers the audience, the athletes, as well as officials. So this is relatively a long way. And what is the vertical drop? Well, the vertical drop is 100 meters, and it will take 2 minutes from the ground to this station.
We have arrived on the top of this venue.
So which floor are we at right now? Well, it depends on to which benchmark you're talking about. We call it the we call it the B4 if you are benchmarking the building at the top of the mountain. Well, I see there are a lot of weird facilities and equipment here. So what are those for? Well, take a look at this cylinder one. This is the very important facility, and this is used specifically in some windy area. They can play a very crucial role, and they can reduce the wind, because for ski jumping, it's very sensitive to the wind. If we have a strong gust of wind, it's almost impossible for the players to jump off the platform. So are they operational right now? No, they are closed, and during games time, when there is a lot of wind, we're gonna release the net, because we have 5 poles, and they will form a giant web or a giant net, and they will reduce the wind. So what is this for? This is the light pole. And this, I believe, is the main building here. It's very magnificent from this angle. Well, this is one with a lot of technical difficulties, because it's almost like it's hovering in the air. It's a lot of challenge for the constructors and for the designers, and also for the maintenance agencies, as well as for the supervision agencies. A lot of challenges in all the different links. So you can see that from this angle, it looks very magnificent, and this is the view that our players can expect when they reach the top of the mountain. If they look up, it's just marvelous. And there is this hollow circle in the center, and it's just very magnificent. So now we're gonna get closer to the venue, and so we have 2 temporary buildings, and that is the waxing room. And if you go closer, you will see 2 waxing rooms. So basically, this is for the players to wax their boots and ski. So some of the constructions are still going on. Yes, we are closing the loopholes, and we are making some final preparations. And now you can see this glass house, and this is the starting area. So all the athletes, they will have to get inside this building, and it's where they can start their fantastic performance. So now you can see that all the signage is sticking to the door. So when do you think you are ready for the games? I believe by the end of this month. So that's in a week. Exactly. All right. So what's next? So now we can take the lift again. We can go further up and take a look at the clubhouse right down the top. Or we can pay a brief visit to the waxing room. It's up to you. So this is the waxing room? Yes. So this is where the players wax their ski equipment. Yes. And right over there, the two-story buildings in front of us, and those are also for the waxing. All right, and now let's take the lift. So this lift is designated for the players, so it's not open right now. So are we gonna take the lift or take the stairs? So we're gonna take the lift. So during games time, all the players they will be taking the lift. Yes. So now you can see that we are making some final preparations. We're doing some cleaning work.
Well, it will still take about a week for this venue to be finished, especially to be cleaned up for the testing event, for the dress rehearsal that it will be scheduled to hold at December 3rd, between December 3rd to 5th. Yeah.
So what is your job responsibility here? So we are the venue management agency, and we constructed this place, and we also rented this place. In addition to this one, we also built the Mountain Broadcasting Center. I work at the venue operation office. I'm responsible for the construction of the venue, and after it is fully constructed, I will be in charge of operation. So later when we get to the top, we can see a fantastic view I'm expecting. So B4, this is B1, and we're gonna head for the first floor. So how many staff do you have here? Well, it's a lot because we are dealing with a lot of venues. We have two skiing hotels. So this is a lobby hall. So will the spectators be able to arrive here? So all the players, they can come here because this is the starting area for the match. And later you can see it very clearly. And so what is outside? So that is the last pole for the anti-wind web. So we are adding some ornaments to the poles. During games time, you will see some decorations and some logos. And during games time, it will all be lit up. So this is the area where all the players get off their vehicles. Exactly. So this is the entrance for all the players. Well, because upstairs there are some construction activities going on, so we won't go further up. And now let's get inside. All right, and we can take a bird view when we reach the observatory platform. So this is a design sketch. So this is a design drawing. And here you can take a look at the designs of different areas. So I believe there will be a cafeteria. Yes. And this is a round building based on different needs, and we can add different functions. So during the test event, will this be open? Well, it has not been decided yet. So this is the place with the best view? Absolutely. When we are receiving delegations, and we can bring them here, and this is where they can have the best view, have the best view.
We could see all venues in this complex, not only hotels, but ski tracks for biathlon and cross-country competition.
So talk to us about the buildings here and around this place. So we call it the ice and jade belt. I believe you already know something about it. This is the road connecting all the different venues during Games Day, and this is also the first of its kind in the world that can connect all the different venues. To the south, we have the National Cross-Country Skiing Center. The snow making process has already started in December. We're going to have the test match, and we have Nordic combined. It will be tested in both venues simultaneously. You can see that the snowmaker is already there, and in a couple of days, the bombardier will also come here. And to the left, there is also a venue, and that is the national. This is the National Biathlon Center. So we have basically three venues here: the Biathlon, the Nordic, as well as the National Ski Jumping Center. And now you can see the junction area, and that is the Ruyi Plaza. You can even read the characters from the ground. We inscribed the characters on the ground, and right close to this plaza is the international broadcasters and all the RHBs, which means rights holding broadcasters, and they will be working from there. And also we have technical officials. We have building A and building B, and during games time, all the technical officials and all the media personnel, they will be checking in these two hotels. So how many hotel rooms do you have here? Well, approximately each hotel will have 200 rooms. The technical officials, building B, you can see that there is a three-story room, and this is the TV studio tower. And they are actually working in association with the broadcasting tower, and all the studio works and the press-related activities, then they will be conducted here because they also have the best view. And from the glass, you can actually oversee the jumping platform from behind. So that is the starting area of the players. To our left, you can see that we have a glass corridor. We have a glass house there, and that is the waiting area. And during the games time, and they will walk from that glass house to this place. So this is, in general, the starting area. And during games time, they will be seated at different benches according to the number that they get. When it is their turn, they just climb up the platform and jump over there. So we can actually walk there. Yes. You can see the design of the stairs on the left and on the right. And we have a stairway for players as well as a stairway for journalists. So tell me more. Where will the athletes start? So during games time, we will stick numbers on the glasses. So this is the starting area. And during games time, we will have those gondola lifts released from the height, and then they can just hold the stick and they will be elevated to the top. So we are right now at the media zone. So how come there is no snow here? So during games time, we're gonna make some ice here. So it's only 2 or 3 days in advance of the games, the ice making process would be started. Right now, it's covered by a layer of glass, and before the game starts, we're gonna make some ice and put it here.
尽头的位置
So it stretches all the way to the very end on the ground. Yes,
真的很棒，这个地方
truly, this is just marvelous.
然后你可以看它就是在起跳点左边
And you can see that from where they jump is the coaches area.
这个玻璃房顶
So we have the glass corridor, and that is equipped with lighting. It's also supported with a warming system, heating system.
热风是吧？
So
为什么要取暖？
there are air conditioner here, right? So why do you have it? Well, because if the players they stay here for a very long time, this is the waiting area. Bear in mind, if they wait here for a very long time, they will have to get warm. If they are wearing not too much, they may get a cold, and that will be very
好的，行，
complicated.
接下来去上
All right, so now we're gonna go back up and continue with our activity. So if we take the lift from here, we will get to the workshop of the ice making machine. So this is the waiting area
这个等候区
for
未来
the
会设置一些
athletes.
其他的设施
So
嘛
before they started their performance, and they will be waiting here. So we have a ground heating system. So heating is not a problem for all the players.
太多的这个设置了，然后到时候可能这个体育领域
And that's basically all we have here.
设计，比如说同时大概有多少运动员
So how many athletes will be
这个
supported here during games time? Well, that depends on how many athletes we have during certain days of the game, and we will have a very detailed
接下来
scheduling
上面
plan
说是在施工是吧？
for the capacity of this venue. So you mentioned that there are still constructions going on up there. Yes, because it's still under construction, so we're not allowed to get up there.
上边的那个
All right, so
能给我们介绍一下？
tell me, what is that for? What is the venue up there for? So that is basically the observatory deck, and during the test events and during the games time. As for water functions, it will be
能给我们说大概这个场馆
we are still making some final plans, and it will be very nimble, and during games time it can be flexibly adjusted. So tell me some main milestones in the lead up to the games. So we have already completed all the permanent buildings, and you can see that we have a lot of temporary buildings. For example, the two-story buildings, and we also have temporary audience seats for Ascent and Nordic. So which is on both sides of this tower. So all those temporary buildings that they are at they are about to be finalized, and by the end of November, all the constructions will be completed. During test events, we will also practice the closed-loop management policy for prevention of COVID. The National Basin Center will
这期间可能
host a test match
会再进行
in the end of December, and in the lead up to December and January 2022, we will collect some feedbacks and make some minor changes and adjustments, and then that will bring us to the end of December, and then in January we will make some further adjustments based on the feedbacks that we collect, and on January the 23rd, the Olympic Village will be open for all the athletes, and after that, all the venues will be entering into closed-loop management, and that is the final minutes or moments for the games.
过这个中间的道路
So in front of us and below us, we have the roads, we have hotels, I believe by the end of this month, all the crane towers they will be removed. Exactly, and you can see we have red, blue, and white, white color-coded facilities, and those are for the international shipment, and that is for OBS. And during games time, they will come here again. So they will be among the first batch of entries. So that is why we have a lot of containers. So all the athletes, all the spectators, all the working staff working here, so they will have to eat. They will have to use some service facilities. And do we have them all here? Yes, we have them all here, and each and every venue is fully equipped with all necessary facilities and service functions. We have cafeteria, we have beverage providers, and also at the Ascent Center, all those functions are well in place. And we also have the security team and the janitors team, and all of them, they are well deployed. All right, thank you very much.
Well, that will be all for our live streaming today, and you can see this is really one of the most eye-catching structure and venue in this 2022 Winter Olympics. And also, you could see standing on this platform is really, you could really enjoy a great view. And here, everything inside, everything in this competition area could be seen here. And also, there's another area is in Genting ski resort, and we will be there next month for another visit. And also, the Olympic Village is not very far from here, and hopefully we could go there in the coming few days. Thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions that you want to ask, please leave a message, and we will feedback to you in time. Thank you very much for watching CGTN's live streaming.